So, just any others you want to throw at me?
Have you ever seen that picture in Arnold Schwarzenegger obviously had a special magazine that came out, commemorative one, I think in 09, maybe 2010. And there's a picture of him, 19 years old. He's curling, I want to say it was 255 pounds on a flat barbell. And
255.
255 pounds, 19 years old. And he's cheating. You can clearly see he's cheating because his back is arched, probably 45 degrees. Okay. He's leaning back like this to totally cheat the weight.
Right.
Which, I mean, the purpose of that exercise is mainly biceps. And you're saying that's a cheat. And he comments on that picture because it's a clear cheat and says, I cheated. However, I cheated for the up. I cheated for the flexion or the extension, whatever it is when you come up.
Elbow flexion.
The elbow flexion. He cheated when he came up, but then he stood straight and he did that for the negative weight down.
Right.
Basically saying that cheating's okay sometimes in a proper form and depending on what you're trying to work. And I kind of always, I don't really cheat too much. I don't try to curl 250 pounds. That's not my fitness goal. But
my question is, can you cheat properly? Well, why would you even use the word? You know, if you're going to be dysfunctional, can you be functionally dysfunctional? Can you cheat properly? He compromised and he compromised his entire physique and structure by taking a load and trying to curl it. So he started here. Mm-hmm. He curled it up, couldn't get it from here. So he bent up and he used momentum to facilitate the movement. He finally got it up to here. He straightened out, and on a bell curve, you're always stronger eccentrically. You're always stronger eccentrically. Right. Okay? So if you look at the stimulus, on an EMG study, if you look at the stimulus of what was going on in the bicep, I mean, I'm talking there was a lot more going on in the tendons and ligaments in the structure of his back. He went into hyperextension. So he was in extreme risk. He was out of neutral. Was he in neutral? No. Was he in drive? No. Was he in reverse? He was in double reverse. He was way back here in a compromised position.
So to him, that risk outweighed the benefit outweighed the risk for him for some reason. Now he's known as probably one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. Now, as I said, me personally, I don't feel like that's beneficial.
It's not beneficial. Old school, there's a lot of old school exercises, especially in the textbook, the bodybuilding textbook he has, right. Encyclopedia. Some of those exercises today as professionals we just laugh at. Now, did they get that way by doing that exercise? Absolutely not. It's not the exercise, how you perform the exercise. They got that way from other means, supplementation. You could even throw the word steroids, growth hormone, whatever they were using at the time. So no matter how you throw a load around as an unaccustomed stimulus, they're going to put emphasis in that region, they're going to grow. And that has a lot to do with their diet and their supplementation. But you know, you train like that on a regular basis, that's a cumulative stress process. So over time, chain of events, you're eventually going to lead to some type of an injury.
That's great.
Okay. So, and there's a big difference between muscle force and muscle momentum. That stuff you were showing me over there was all muscle momentum. Muscle force is where you do exactly what that elbow joint is supposed to do. Do exactly what that shoulder joint is supposed to do. You don't take it out of that position. There's a path of motion, a range of motion. Okay, what is full range of motion to you? How do you define that? What's full range of motion? How would you define that? We don't think about an exercise. I mean, what's full range of motion?
The full extent of the muscle that you can healthily, properly move, proper form, and being able to properly fully extend whatever muscle be, for instance bicep, fully down before you hyperextend, and then come up to the peak of when it contracts.
Right. So was this Arnold's full range of motion?
It was beyond his full range of motion.
Right. Full range of motion in an anatomical sense is Emilio's ability to control the load without deviating from the posture, without creating an imbalance. Without